Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Hanging with Beat Drop Podcast. We are in here like swimwear. All right. You see the shirt. You see the vibes. Bang, bang, Niner gang. You already know. A few more months till my blood pressure is up on a Sunday and a Monday and Thursday. And, you know, it's part of the game. It's part of the game. But, football season is upon us. But we are not here to talk about football. That will be for another episode. But today, what we are going to talk about is the beauty in the ordinary. Yup, I said it. I meant it. So what do I mean by that? What do you mean by that, B? What do you mean the beauty in the ordinary? So before we get into that, hopefully you guys are doing great. Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. And I appreciate you guys listening to the podcast. I appreciate the support. And, I appreciate if you guys share it, show some love, spread it around your Instagram stories, your threads, your MySpace, your Facebook, your TikTok, your Instagram, your Moco Space. That's a classic. Any social media platform. I appreciate you guys listening and sharing. You feel me? So let's get to it. Let's get into the episode. I try not to take out so much of your time. And, and as for me, I got to go get my cortecito. I got to go get my cut so I could look so fresh and so clean. You feel me? So let's get to it. All right. So as a parent, it's always like every day is a mystery. You don't know what you're going to get with your kids. Well, I only got one for now. You know what I mean? But what I mean by that is, as I read all these books, as I listen to these podcasts, I always take that information, and I always find it interesting how with your kids, it's a challenge of its own, right? Like, there's these practices that you do for yourself, and it's easier to give advice than to live, the advice that you're given, right? But that's a conversation for another day. But with that being said, my son Jacob, he has this thing where he's always talking about the past, right? He's always like, hey, Dad, remember when I was a kid? Or, man, I remember when I used to go to Chuck E. Cheese, or, man, WrestleMania. Or he talks about the future a lot, right? Like, oh, I can't wait for my birthday. But I had to have a conversation with him, right? Because I was like, Jacob, like, you can't always think about the past, right? Or you can't always think about what's to come. I was like, you're taking the joy in the moment, because he'll do some stuff where like we're doing something, and then he'll be like, oh, like, what are we doing tomorrow? And I'll be like, Jacob, you have to live for the moment, my boy. You have to find the beauty of today. You have to find the beauty in the ordinary. And yeah, don't get me wrong, would you rather be at WrestleMania or go through school and do your tutoring? I get it, but I was like, you had to find the beauty in today, and because I told him, I was like, it's not even guaranteed that will live to your birthday. Yeah, I had to probably work on my delivery better. Damn, I probably scared him, huh? Hey, but you live and learn. Anyways, we take today for granted. As much as sometimes some things that we've done in the past are amazing, we can't, stay so stuck in that. And also, like, looking forward to something, I get it, your birthday, but I was like, that's like 4 or 5 months away. I was like, today is guaranteed. That's for sure. And I tried to explain to him where I was like, tomorrow is not guaranteed. And I know that sounds, cheesy, but, I think about even, and then I took it a step further for myself, and I had to think and be like, man, like, I get it, right? Because even me as an adult, there could be times where I'm like, man, this time 4 or 5 years ago, I was doing this. That's way cooler than today. Or, man, like, what about when I turned 30, right? And I was like, damn, I'm here giving my little king advice, but I also had to practice what I preach, because I could get caught up in that loop. I gotta be more in the moment. I gotta be more grateful, because every day is teaching me something, right? And I think as a dad, I enjoy those conversations, because sometimes as I'm talking to him, I feel like I'm also talking to myself. And it's cool, because even for him, like, he'll randomly say throughout the day, like, Dad, I'm grateful for today. And I'll be like, no, I feel it. Affirmation, my boy. And I get it, right? He's a kid, right? And I think as a dad, it's my responsibility to talk to him about the fact that, every day we got to find the beauty in it, right? We got to find the beauty in whatever we're doing today, even if it means it's not, going to a ball game or going to go play games. I think there's always a time and place for that. But I think I tried to explain to him, I was like, look, Jacob, like, we had to find the beauty of today, because if not, we're always going to be stuck in the past, or we're going to be stuck in what's to come. And it just creates this loop of stress that I try to explain to him. I was like, we've got to worry about today. Tomorrow has its problems of its own. I forgot what Bible verse is that, but the message is there. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to kind of talk about that, of just, the beauty of today, the beauty of being in the moment and being grateful for what sometimes we take for granted. And I think, as a dad, I have to always find ways to get creative to talk about that with my son, because sometimes he don't really understand what I'm telling him. Sometimes he'll be like, I got it, and I'm like, do you? He's like, yeah, and I'm like, all right. But then I'm like, okay, I get it. I have empathy for it, because I'm like, I don't even sometimes get what I'm saying, and I'm an adult. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to jump in here and hopefully encourage you to find the beauty of today, find the beauty in whatever you're doing, and whether that, sometimes this current season might seem difficult. We can't allow current circumstances to make or break us. So yeah, hopefully, you're living in the moment, and every day is always different. There's days where I know for sure I'm not living in the moment, and I have to kind of come back and be like, all right, like, live in the moment, my dog, live in the moment, because we have today, right? So I'm always trying to find ways and tools and hacks to have that mindset where I'm able to live in the moment, because I don't want to be stuck in the past, or stuck into what's going to come. I try to just think about what's happened in my past, learn from things, and know how I could implement new strategies moving forward, and be excited and to step it into the unknown. I think there's a beauty in that. You feel me? So appreciate y'all, man. Live in the moment. Enjoy it. Enjoy the beauty in the so-called ordinary. We just got to keep going. We got to keep striving and keep learning, keep improving, and let's just get better. All right. Appreciate y'all so much. Y'all stay amazing. Stay beautiful out here, man. Stay fresh in this hot ass, cruel summer, man. Love y'all. Hanging with B Drop Podcast. Y'all stay beautiful. Much love. I'm outies, man.